okay, I want to mention one other TV show that I have been watching, which you have seen, which I tried to recommend to you, then you were like, "Oh, I really recommended it to you before." Okay.
Right. Tried
you,
it.
which I'll start by saying, Love Life season 2.
Period.
Wow, 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 wow. You and seemingly everyone else on my Instagram had seen this before me. I'm so late to the party with the show. Like even people who who I don't think are really into TV like that, especially like HBO shows, because of how not easily accessible it is, and
Yeah,
if you haven't got like a subscription and everything else.
because it's on BBC.
Really?
It's on BBC iPlayer.
Oh,
Yeah,
that makes sense. Because I
yeah,
had people messaging me when I posted it on my story, like, "Oh, I like Love Life season 2, 10 out of 10." Spoiler alert, 10 out of 10. But people were just messaging me like, "Yeah, this I love this show last year." Everyone's like, "I saw this show last year." I'm like, "Oh, where the hell was I? Like, what was I
yeah,
doing?" Anyway,
yeah.
so Love Life season 2. Wow, wow. I've never seen a on-screen spoilers as well, because this show came out in October, so you know,
Yeah.
like October 2021.
Mm.
But I've never seen a TV character represent my own romantic encounters so acutely,
Right.
like across the board. It's so many relationships and situationships and encounters you see him go through, where I'm like, oh my god, like
Reading
I've
me like a book.
I've been there, or I know people who are there.
Yeah.
The storyline with like Mia and Marcus from the start, and I really like Mia from Jump Street. I'm like,
From the jump.
oh, I
Yeah.
like this. Then you find
Yeah.
out obviously that he's married, and then they're doing the whole flirty thing. I want to make a point that the show captures male friendships in a really positive light.
Oh yeah.
In a
Oh
really, really
yeah.
positive light.
Yeah.
Particularly the sort of dynamic between, especially between Yogi and Marcus, main character and his best friend, but
Yeah.
also with I always say Stewie because I could only see him as Stewie from Succession, but I
Yes.
believe his name is
I forgot what his name
Keon.
is. So.
But I'm just gonna call him Stewie because he's always gonna be Stewie to me. I think at this point he's also in Spider-Man, but Stewie. But it just captures the beauty of like male friendships when they're honest and about supporting each other and being,
Yeah.
you know, loving on your friends. And you don't really see that a lot. I was speaking to a friend the other day about it, and they mentioned how it might reminded them about Insecure and seeing like Lawrence and Derek and Chad, and seeing that kind of, that was also an example of like how male friendships can be like, you know, really uplifting and really supportive. But I don't think that got as deep as what I saw in Love Life, where it's really about, Yogi was telling Marcus from episode 1, he's like, lock that shit off with Mia. Like, it's like, you will blow up your marriage, lock it off.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it, because typically what you find with a best friend and with a side character is a side character would, especially if they're like the comedic relief, they'll push them into it. They'll like, yo, egg them on, like, yo, go true. Especially guys. Like, go true.
Yeah.
And he was like, lock that shit off. Like, lock it off. And Marcus didn't listen and then blew everything up. I really liked the show. I thought it was a brilliantly written show. I'm hoping and praying and begging for season 3. I've done my Googles. There's no confirmed plans for season 3, but I'm hoping. But anyway.
You should go back and watch season 1. While you're there, you might as well.
Everyone's told me to skip it. Some people have said they've watched it, but no one said it's good.
I wouldn't say it's not good. I would say, like, as in, I watched season. To be fair, I watched season 1 because, like, I knew I was going to watch season 2. Does that make sense? Because I saw your boy. What's his name? What's the guy's name from it?
Oh, William Jackson Harper.
Right. So I saw him and I was like, I love you, so I'm watching this for you.
Yeah.
But I mean, while you're there, do you know what the show also? Did you ever watch Modern Love?
No, but that's another one that has been mentioned to me. I think you actually mentioned it to me.
Yeah. So Modern Love, very similar, but it's an anthology series, so like every episode is different.
Okay.
But I quite like this because it's still got that anthology element to it, but you get entire seasons, so they're able to flesh out the story a bit more. But yeah, this show, so there's one quote from Love Life season 2 that changed my perspective, right?
I feel like I know what quote it's gonna be, but carry on.
And it was so basically at this point, spoiler alert, at this point, Mia, we now find out that she had cheated on your boy. What's his name? What was his name on the show?
Marcus.
On Marcus. She cheated on Marcus, and then the narrator he says something along the lines of like, Marcus knew that his heart could get broken for the second time, but essentially like that would have been worth it. The pain would be that pain would be better than not trying at all, basically. So the pain of his heart being broken for the second time would be better than the pain of him not trying to make the relationship
work. I
was like, damn, like, because in my head I was like, you're really gonna go on one date and forgive her? Really?
I was heartbroken for Marcus.
Like, you're gonna go on one date, you're gonna go out with her to meet up with her once, and then suddenly like you're back together. But then you hear the quote and you're like, damn, that makes sense though.
They had such good chemistry where it again reminded me of Lawrence and Issa season 4 episode 8. We reference this a lot, I find, but like it reminded me of like their chemistry from Jump Street was so well attuned to each other. Like, it's almost impossible to not see them being together, and like thankfully they do get together. And I find, putting myself in Marcus's shoes, I find it hard to be like, oh, I'll take that person back who, you know, committed this infidelity. Even no matter where they've come from in terms of the reasoning for it. But I respect Marcus, and I respect people that are able to work through that so much, because I think that to me is also love. Whereas like, you're flawed, I'm flawed, I forgive you, like truly, in terms of I'm not going to hold this over. Like I want us to move forward together. You know, in a way where this won't happen again, because we now really understand each other and build something, you know, that's truly dedicated to like our love and our union. And I respect it so much. And it was such a great ending, I think, in terms of the show. So thank you for the recommendation, Greenie. I really appreciate it.
Of course. And I'll take yours on board as well. Yeah.